All right, brackets are about to open. I don't usually do this too often, but we'll see what happens. All right, brackets are open. So this was something I was a little optimistic about. I wasn't sure if you guys wanted me to do this or not, but I figured I would fill out my bracket and upload it for you guys and pick who I think is going to win against who, and why. So first, I'm gonna start over here with Villanova and Lafayette State. Villanova's playing too good this year, I think, for them to lose to this team. They're a one seed. I really don't expect them to lose. Kentucky, another team I don't expect to lose in the first round. Who else? Indiana at Wichita State. Indiana's played like ass this year, so I'm picking Wichita State. Who we got here? I wish I could sort of view their stats. I can't. Notre Dame's been playing well. I don't expect them to be out in the first round. Cincinnati at Purdue is going to be a tough one for me to make a prediction on. Michigan State versus the University of Georgia. I think Michigan State's going to win. Virginia versus what's this team? Where is it? It should tell me the name, but I don't think it's going to. Belmont. Okay. Yeah, Belmont. I wish it showed their records too, but it doesn't. I do believe Virginia's going to win there. And honestly, Michigan State is undervalued this year. So is who else? Where's Ohio State? Ohio State is undervalued too. So we got Louisville. I have them winning. Where's the University of? Okay, here we go. Down here also. All right, Wisconsin. Wisconsin is actually my pick to go damn near all the way. So we're gonna take them. Arizona. They've been playing amazing this year. I don't expect them to lose. VCU versus Ohio State. This is a small upset. I think. I think Ohio State's gonna win. Every loss they've had this year hasn't been by more than a single point, and a lot of their out of their 20 wins or 22 wins. What is it? Out of their 22 wins, 20 of them have been by double digits. So I'm taking Ohio State. Georgetown versus Eastern Washington. Georgetown has not been playing well this year. They're a 4 seed, but I don't think they're going to win. Another one here, Utah versus where is it? Come on, where's the name of it? I don't know the name of it, but I know the record. Let me put it to you this way. It's Utah versus Lafayette State or whatever. I just know they're going to win. Utah, the reason I say is Utah can only play defense. Utah is very crappy on offense, and I don't expect them to win. Arkansas is going to win this game without question. University, North Carolina versus Harvard. I got North Carolina. Xavier versus BYU and Mississippi. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that. Gonzaga down here is going to win. Davidson plays Iowa. I think Davidson's going to win. Ohio State University versus University of, I believe that's Albany. I'm not entirely, no, Albany's playing Oklahoma State, my fault. UCLA, they've been playing like ass this year. I don't think they're going to win against SMU. Ohio State is playing against UVA. Ohio State's been playing really well this year. They're a tough team to beat. So I don't think they're going to go much farther than that. Duke's gonna win this game. Who's here? San Diego State versus St. John's. This is another game I'm a little optimistic about. I'll come back to that. I think Baylor versus who's this? I just saw it. Georgia State. Yeah, Baylor. Okay, so let me see. I wonder if I actually got to get the score right for the national championship, but we'll see what happens. I do believe Kansas is going to win this game, and I actually think Kansas is going to beat Utah or Wichita State. It's just my thought here. Butler versus Texas. I'm not sure about that one. What team is this here? I believe this is Maryland, and this is what's this other one here? Valparaiso. Maybe West Virginia versus the University of Buffalo. I wonder if there's any way I can actually look up like that, because I kind of hate that this doesn't say their record or like, something along the lines that in my heart, this is going to sound dumb. Providence is, I think, going to win this. I don't think Providence is going to lose this game, so we'll have Providence going. But Oklahoma State is playing Albany, and Albany had a huge win yesterday. I don't think, in my heart, I just don't feel like Oklahoma is going to beat Albany. I really don't. LSU versus North Carolina State. This is another, touchy matchup here. Who's this? Come on, tell me the name of the fucking team. I really hate that this really doesn't tell me the names of the teams too much. But anyway, Ohio State versus Arizona. I think Arizona's going to win. Davidson versus Gonzaga. I got Gonzaga. Ohio State versus SMU. That's a tough one, but I think Ohio State plays better defense. Duke playing, let's see, San Diego State and St. John's. San Diego State is a favorite this year, so I'm not entirely sure what their record is. I don't know. St. John's isn't the greatest team this year. We'll take San Diego State. Um, let's see. We've got who else we got here? Through this game, Gonzaga and Ohio State. Let's see. Baylor. I think Baylor's gonna end up playing Xavier, and I think Baylor's going to advance. Duke versus San Diego State. I got Duke. Wisconsin versus I think Oregon's going to be Oklahoma State, but I think Wisconsin's going to be Oregon. That's just my thoughts. And I actually think Arkansas is going to beat UNC. Mainly because UNC commits a lot of turnovers. They really do. All right, so we got Wisconsin and Arkansas. I got Wisconsin. San Diego State. Let's see. This is a good game. But I do believe Eastern Washington University is going to beat them. And I think Duke is going to get there. As far as Arizona and Baylor, I do think Arizona is going to beat Baylor. And as far as Gonzaga and Iowa State, this is just a personal preference. I do believe I almost want to pick Ohio State, but Gonzaga has been playing very well, and that's that's a personal preference. This is a tough game to call. I got to be honest with you, but my gut feeling says to take Gonzaga. And just because they've been playing really well this year. That's just my personal opinion. So this is who I think is going to be playing who. And then out of these two, I do believe it's going to be Wisconsin. And out of these two, Duke. Mainly because I like Mike Krzyzewski. They got Jahlil Okafor. We got Wisconsin. So I got Wisconsin coming out of here. Duke coming out of here. Kentucky's playing these guys. I don't think they're going to win. Cincinnati's playing all right, but Purdue is always, a little bit of a threat. West Virginia, I think, is going to beat Buffalo. Maryland, I'm not sure about them. This is one bracket I'm very, very unsure of, to be honest with you. Butler's playing Texas. Texas has been playing not that great, so I got Butler. I think Notre Dame is actually going to beat Butler, and I actually got Notre Dame beating Kentucky. Or Kansas, my bad. I think Notre Dame is going to go far. Michigan State playing Virginia. Part of me wants to say take Michigan, because Michigan was very undervalued in this tournament. LSU versus North Carolina State. I'm not even sure about these two games right here yet. Neither am I. I'm not very sure about this one either. Okay, so the West and the South. Now I got the Midwest and the East to do. So I got Duke coming out of the South, Wisconsin coming out of the West. Kentucky, I don't really think it matters who Kentucky plays. Okay, okay, here we go. This is what I was looking for. Okay, conference, they're 22-10. I'm just looking. I didn't even realize these were here. Okay, so Cincinnati's 22-10. Purdue's 21-12. In their Big Ten conference, Purdue is 12-6. In the American Conference, Cincinnati is 13-5. BPI rank is 39. BPI ranks 46. Points per game. Opponents' points per game. Cincinnati does a good job versus top 25 teams. Purdue 0-5. Wow, against top 25 teams, and Cincinnati's 2-1. Notable results: SMU, they won against SMU twice. VCU, they lost by 21. San Diego State won by 9. Xavier lost by 2. Balance lockdown for the players. Cincinnati offense is much more effective. The Boilermakers recover from a couple of their early season slips at home, making into their 7. But Allen's played well down the stretch, but can be a difference maker both sides. Purdue struggles from the 3-point line. Yeah, I got Cincinnati. Just because Purdue, they haven't won any games against top 25 teams. And then I think Kentucky's going to beat Cincinnati. Let's see, who we got here? Maryland, 4-2 against top 25 teams. Valparaiso hasn't even played a top 25 team, but they do play better defense. Wow, they beat Murray State by 35, but Murray State didn't even make it in the tournament. Let's see, Horizon 13-3, Big Ten 14-4, BPI rank. Wow, Maryland has destroyed them in the BPI rank. Points per game, opponents' points per game versus top 25 teams. Terps, while a number 13 team has defeated number 4 seed in 22 of 30 years, the only 3 times have multiple 13 seeds in the same 2019. Well, Maryland is 4-2 against top 25 teams. Their last 12 are 9-3. Valparaiso's 10-2 in their last 10 games, or last 12. It's a fine defensive team that rebounds well, features offensively. The Crusaders are led by 6'9" matchup nightmare Alec Pierce, 16 points per game, 6.8. Wow, 46.2% from 3-point. He's a tough-minded team that could use cause trouble for a higher seed early on. Third set Pleasant spread the team at the end, both ends of the court. Trio freshman point guard Mello Trimble, 16 points junior, count for most of scoring punch. I gotta be honest, Valparaiso, I'm gonna take them over Maryland. It's an upset, but because Maryland pretty much gets all their scoring from two people, Valparaiso has obviously proven to play decent defense. I think they're going to beat Maryland. And they had a few upset wins this year too. Villanova versus, let's look at this one. 3-6 against top 25 teams. Wow, okay. 10-8, 11-7. Let's see. Notable results. They won and lost against Duke, won and lost against one at Louisville. West Virginia University lost by 14. And Notre Dame, they lost by 3. Kentucky lost by 2. Arkansas won by 3. 1 by 1. 1 by 3. How many points per game do you offering up here? Opponents' points per game. 20 and 13. 22 and 10. This is a hard pick, actually. Because against top 25 teams, yes, NC State is 3-6. They don't have a very good record against decent teams. LSU is 2-1. Points per game 73, points per game 67.3. They hold that. You know what? I'm gonna take LSU. This is me going out on the fence a little, but that's what I think. Iowa versus Wyoming. Okay, North Iowa. Okay, BPI rank is 14, but wow. Okay, 65. Top 21 and 2. Oh yeah, I got Iowa. They're 11-1 in their last 12 games. One against Wichita State. Wyoming has won and lost twice against San Diego State. SMU, they lost by 13. Boise State, they won twice. Colorado State, they won twice, but Boise State and Colorado State aren't even in the tournament this year. Yeah, I'm taking Northern Iowa in this one. And Louisville. Okay, this is going to be an interesting matchup. Louisville is doing bad in versus top 25 teams this year. Won and lost against Virginia. Won and lost twice against North Carolina. Lost by 6. Iowa won by, when they played at Iowa, won by 12. And won by 2. It's a, I got Iowa beating them. Or, yeah, North Iowa. Okay. Okay, Villanova. I don't think LSU is gonna be Villanova. Oklahoma State at UAlbany. Albany BPI rank 128 points per game, 65 top 25 teams. The last 12 games are 11-1. Providence lost by 4. Yale won by 4. Great Danes are the NCAA tournament for the straight third year. Oh, I'm breaking shit. Sam Rowley, Peter Hooley had a great in getting. Scored high seeds the past 2 years. 4-6. Last 12, 9-3. Kansas won, lost. Baylor won, lost. Schooners won 9 of 11 in the earlier. This is a tough one too. Only because Albany is 24-8 and Oklahoma is 22-10. But if you look at the opponent's points per game, they generally hold teams to 62 per game, and they drop 71. That's almost a 10-point difference. So wow, in the AM East they're 15-1 in their conference, but in the Big 12 they're 12-6. We're gonna take Oklahoma, even though I don't know. My heart says Albany's gonna win this. Fuck. This is so hard for me to make because they've only played a top 25 team once. So we're just gonna take Oklahoma. All right. I'm just checking to make sure I like this. Yeah, okay. I'm glad I picked Iowa State on that one. Yeah, Eastern Washington's gonna win this game easily against Georgetown. I really think they are. UCLA at SMU. Yeah, 1-7. Wow, UCLA is ass against those teams. Let me see here. Okay, West Virginia. I gotta be honest. Wow, looking at this, People might kill me for this, but I got Valparaiso beating West Virginia University because West Virginia is 2-7 against top 25 teams, and they're good. But last 12 games, 10-2 against 6-6. Who knows where they'll be by that time? But I don't know. I'm taking a risk there by taking that. And then I got Kentucky beating them. Villanova versus this team. 1-2-5. Oh yeah, We're taking Villanova in this matchup here. What do we got? Michigan State. Michigan State 1-6 versus top 25 teams. BPI ranked as 18. They're 12-6 in the Big Ten. However, Virginia is 16-2 in the ACC. They generally hold their opponents to 50.8 points per game, which means they play defense. And they're 5-3 versus top 25 in the last 12 games. They're 10-2. We're taking Virginia here over Michigan State. Providence versus Albany. 3-4, 6-6, 70-65. BPI ranked 33. At Yale, they won by 4. At Providence, they lost to Providence once this year by 4, though. That's only 4 points. Wow, this is a hard one because they lost to Providence once already. They lost 3 times. Providence lost 3 times straight to Villanova. They beat Notre Dame by 1, and Notre Dame is a really good team. Georgetown, they won twice, whatever. Georgetown's not playing well this year. And Butler, they won once and lost once. I'm going to take Providence because they have the experience and they've beaten Albany before. And I got Virginia beating Providence because this game is, to me, this game just doesn't even seem like it's really worth all that. What else we got here? Okay, so out of Kentucky and Notre Dame, I think Notre Dame is the only team that's going to give Kentucky an issue. And we got Villanova versus Virginia here. This is a tough matchup to call. I got to be honest, it really is. BPI ranked as 6. Virginia is ranked 4th. They play defense. They're very, very good on defense. However, versus top 25 teams, they're 5-3. Villanova's 5-1 against top 25 teams. In the Big East, they're 16-2 in the ACC. Virginia is 16-2. If I look at their record, though, let's see. Virginia they lost to Duke by 6. They won against Maryland by 11. They beat UNC, but to me, that's not a very... they won and lost. Twice. Wow, they beat VCU by 24. Providence won 3 times. Butler, they won twice. And those are against top-ranked teams. Wow, this is a hard matchup to score here. Best scoring defense in D1. Yeah, wow, okay. Justin Anderson. I'm thinking an upset here, to be honest with you. I really am. I'm thinking... I really, really believe Virginia's going to win. Notre Dame versus Kentucky. Kentucky's got the best offense in the league, but their opponent points per game is 54. That's like second best in Division 1, I think, or something like that. They're kind of first team to go unbeaten in a season since 1976, and they don't have any glaring weakness. They don't tremendous athleticism depth led by Willie Cauley-Stein that limits opponents to 35.5% shooting. Clearly the team to beat. All right, 6-35. Yeah, they're fucking undefeated. Notre Dame could give them problems. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really think Notre Dame can win this game. However, I got Kentucky. And the reason I have Kentucky is because Kentucky is just absolutely nasty. And believe it or not, people are gonna kill me for this. Against Kentucky, I think Wisconsin can win. And the reason I say that is because Wisconsin, I think they have the best front court in D1. So I'm going with Wisconsin. As far as Virginia playing Duke, Jahlil Okafor is. This is a tough game to call too. I really think. I really number 1 seeds are just 9-12 against number 2 teams since 2003. It's the history on it. But I think Wisconsin's gonna win here. 2 number 1s have not faced off since 2008 in the longest span without meeting in a tournament history. I think Wisconsin is good enough to beat the University of Kentucky. I really think Wisconsin has the what am I looking? I think they have the ability to win this game. I'm kind of amazed I have a 13 seed making it to the Elite 8, but that's just my thoughts. Notre Dame I think is gonna make noise. I really do. I think this Valparaiso team is better than people give it credit for. I think playing West Virginia, I gotta be honest, I understand Valparaiso hasn't played a top 25 team, but they're 10-12. West Virginia, I just think this Valparaiso or whatever their name is plays defense, and Obviously, they do. They hold their opponents below 60 points per game. They score 69.8 a game. They won against Murray State, and if you don't, they won by 35 against Murray State. And if you don't know a little bit of history, Murray State was on a 25 game win streak this year. So Malaprisa, I'm staying with that pick. So we got Wisconsin going to the national championship, which I got to be honest with you, I'm not in any way at all. I want to say I'm not in any way at all worried about that pick. This right here is going to be a real pain in the ass, and part of me says to pick Virginia. Part of me says I like Krzyzewski, and that's the reason I like Duke. They got Jahlil Okafor. They got Quinn Cook, who's playing really well. It's just, when you have the #1 defensive ranking in, let's see, they won against Virginia last time by 6. This is a very close game, to be honest with you. It really is, because these two teams have played before, and Virginia lost to Duke by 6 last time. I think Jahlil Okafor and Mike Krzyzewski really going to be looking to cook it up this year. I have Kentucky losing to Wisconsin. Kentucky is undefeated this year, 34-0. I just think Wisconsin has all the tools to do it. So right here we got Wisconsin playing Duke, and I'm taking Wisconsin. Tiebreaker, pick the final score. What do we got here? 71 a game, 80 a game, 50. I'm going to say the score is going to be 65 to... I almost want to say 70. I don't know. They do a good job at holding. They score 80 a game. They score 71 a game. I'm gonna say 65 to 72. Maybe not. We'll go 65 to 68. So, those are my picks. Okay, I'm picking Wisconsin. I'm just gonna share this to my friends, whatever. But anyway, guys, that's the end of the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace.